Hi friends, it's Sherry Canino here again, and today I wanted to share with you one of my holiday watercolor wreaths. So I'm starting out with one of the Strathmore artist tiles. I like these because they're 6x6, so they're already square, and this is the 400 series, so it's a nice quality watercolor paper, so it could be framed and would really look beautiful. So you need something to create your circles with, and I just so happen to have in my stash these old circle cutters from Creative Memories, and they actually work perfect. So I trace the outside and the inside, and that gives me my two circles for the wreaths. You're just going to go around the circle and create some little leaves. I like to mix it up, so in this particular one I'm leaving some white space in the center of the leaf, which makes it look really nice. And just continue to follow your circle and try to keep them about the same size. I've mixed up some green. I like to add like a little bit of blue in it. I feel like it gives it a nice like sprucey color. So you can choose whatever color greens that you like. It really doesn't matter. It's just all a matter of taste. As you're going around your wreath, you're going to want to dry it before you get to a point where your hand is going to be going over the other one or over the other side, so that you don't smear it. Now, if you're curious about the brush that I'm using, it's a Princeton Velvet Touch number 10 long round. It has a super nice point at the tip of it, and it makes watercoloring really easy, especially for like wreaths. So working on this center, I'm doing more of a Christmas tree branch style. So I'm using the tip a lot and just barely touching my page. I don't have a super wet brush. One tip I will give you guys is that if you want to watercolor, a brush really is important. So you want to be sure that you're using a watercolor brush. It doesn't have to be the most expensive, but they are different than regular brushes, and they will hold more water, so they make your job a lot easier. They hold more water and more color, which is part of what you need when you're doing watercolor. So again, just following the center circle around, and when I'm done with on the center one, when I'm done with one color green, I actually go back in with a more of a yellow green, and just add a few more little branches in there, kind of just flick over it. I feel like it gives it a real nice sprucey look. Now for the berries, I've actually mixed like a Venetian Red with a coral, and on these I also leave at one end just a little dot of white. Now if you go through and you do these and you have some that you've kind of colored in completely and lost your little white dot, it's fine. You can go back in with what I like is the Dr. P.H. Martin's pen white ink, and that can give you your little dot back. It just gives your berries a little more dimension. You don't have to do it this way. This is just how I'm doing it. So now I'm going back in with my pen white ink and just dabbing in some of the areas that have lost their little white dot on my berries. So for the center, I'm writing Happy Holidays. You could leave it empty or you could write whatever you like. And I write it very lightly. And I'm using my own handwriting. It's nothing fancy really. It's just kind of, I add a few extra loops and try to make it look fancy, but I'm not a big calligrapher, so I just have to make do. And then I erase it because you don't want those lines there. So I write it lightly and then I erase it so I can still see it, but the pencil is no longer there. And I'm using the same color red for the writing as I did for the berries. And now I'm going to use this set that I have called Starry Colors to add a little bit of shimmer. And all I'm doing really is just lightly going in the center and just adding a little bit of shimmer to it. Now for the outer circle, I do the same thing, but I do pull it up a little bit on some of the leaves, which is what I'm trying to show you. It's always hard to show shimmer on a on a film or camera, so just trying to give you an idea of what I'm doing. And these are really highly pigmented, shimmery colors. These are amazing, so you don't really need all that much. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe. This particular watercolor wreath will be for sale in my Etsy shop. If you're interested, there will be a link in the description box below. Thanks again, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.